Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. We start on the 4-hour chart, just take a zoomed out view of the chart. We can see that Solana is moving in this descending wedge. We are tracking still an overall bullish scenario because I personally like here the way this move to the upside looked like an impulse here between end of December and January. Not the most beautiful impulse, if you look at the subdivisions and how the Fibonacci extensions can be used and everything, but it's okay. And then yesterday I have extended this, or have changed the subwave structure for this wave 2. I had a WXY before. Due to the strength of this move up in the short-term bearish but still bullish scenario, we might see one more low. And the reason is simply that we haven't broken out of this descending wedge yet to the upside. And the move to the upside is not impulsive. It looks pretty much like this move here. Okay. You can, however, interpret it, of course, as a 5-wave move. Therefore, we have added now a support area for the chart in case price goes down further, where it has a chance to turn around. So against that support, we can now focus on higher. Doesn't mean it needs to go down that low, but it means that as long as it's holding that support level, the focus can be on higher. That allows you to measure your risk if you enter and trade the range in case you want to. But just be aware of that. So ideally, we are going to see a higher low and then going higher, like this. This would be the short-term bullish scenario. We're going to zoom in a minute and take a look at that, but the market needs to prove it, because the move to the upside is not impulsive, it is only a diagonal structure. In the short-term bearish but still bullish scenario, we've got a W, X, Y, X, Z structure. You can look at that in a different way. You could say, okay, we have a W, X, Y, and then within the Y wave, another ABC or something. But normally I don't use this complex structure. It normally doesn't happen. It normally doesn't occur. It normally doesn't exist. But it feels like an adequate spot to use it, this complex correction. It's a very complex corrective structure. Okay, let's zoom in now and take a look at the short-term bullish and short-term bearish scenario. The idea is I currently have no strong evidence that price is starting to turn to the upside. Another low is at the moment still preferred until I see price hold this support area and then also rally impulsively and break out of the wedge pattern. It doesn't mean that a trade to the upside couldn't be taken. Okay, when I talk about something is confirmed or what I prefer based on the analysis, that doesn't necessarily mean how I would trade. Okay, very important. See them as different, as separate. From an analysis point of view, I can only point out potentials, reward to risk setups, but confirmations typically only happen not at the point where you would usually take a low risk, high reward trade, if that makes sense. But that all comes down to your personal strategy and tactics. Now, the idea is currently that if it comes down lower and follows a Z wave to the downside here, support will be between $10 and $12. It should certainly go below the Y wave, which was at $12.70. The next major Fibonacci support area is 12, and then below that we've got the 88.7 Fib level at 10. Ideally, in an overall bullish scenario, I don't want price to go below $12, because it is the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement, and any sustained break below that level is typically not really favored, because it means that the overall larger degree bullish scenario is likely not going to work out. It is like a level where probabilities shift. And the move down would then be an ABC structure corrective, like this one was as well, in an ABC structure possibly, or even WXY in this Y wave itself. So a corrective structure within a correction. Now let's zoom in and take a look at the short-term bullish scenario. Here we have different possibilities. So I did give it the support area already. So that means that if it comes down now, this is relevant support. I did measure it against the Friday high. So basically we can already argue that, yeah, we might have 5 waves up already, and that this Friday low was already the wave 4, and the spike after that was the wave 5, and then we have a wave 1 complete in a diagonal. That's why I added the support area. So in case it comes down now, but I don't have a strong indication it does it at this stage, this is support between $14.40 and $16.46, between the 78.6 fib level and the 50% fib level. Golden ratio is at 1562. Now, if it comes down here a little lower, it could also be that this is just going to be the 4th wave low and we get one more high in the 5th. I would prefer a clearer and healthier wave 4, maybe as a flat pattern with an overshooting B wave here, so that we actually did wave 3 to the upside, top tier on the 30th of June. Then the A wave bottomed on the same day, overshooting B wave, and this is some kind of a C wave down of wave 4. But yeah, the bottom line is the bullish range goes now down to 1440 on the smaller time frame. So this could be counted already as a wave 1 complete. I would like to see one more high though, but it is already there. It's just not a very clear structure, right? I mean, charts aren't always clear. At the moment, it looks like a corrective mess on the way up, which is why the X wave and the Z wave are still primary. But this is, of course, a bullish support level at 1440. And if it holds in the short term, we should be able to get a 3rd wave to the upside. So this is basically the main pivot point at the moment, which might need to be adjusted a little bit if we go a little higher here in this wave 1, okay? So it is getting close to approaching that trend line. We talked about that one before. Said to you, I wouldn't be surprised if it tests that trend line. It hasn't done that yet. So maybe before it comes down, it might just do a test here. And if it breaks above it, then next resistance would be, or target would be 2240, then 2330, $24, and then the very important one is at 2680. Yeah, that's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.